Morning, bitches, and welcome in. How's it going? Welcome into another episode of Random Shit with Kyle. My name's Kyle. I'll be your host today and every other day. Anyways, it is Saturday. It's not Friday. Sorry about that. It was Black Friday yesterday, and actually what it really was the anniversary of the death of my dog Hercules, and so that is always a tough one to get through, and I didn't realize that when I was talking on Tuesday's podcast. So yesterday Claire and I took a day to sort of distract ourselves and to hang out with some puppies, our puppies, and we always get nervous on that day that something bad's gonna happen to them, so it was a very rough, emotional kind of day, but we hung out with some friends and we saw Moana 2, and it was better than I thought it was going to be. The days previous to that, literally both the days previous to that, we saw Wicked. We saw it once, and then we turned around the next day and saw it again. It's so good. I won't give you spoilers in case you haven't seen it yet, but coming from a judgy motherfucker who did not have any confidence in pop singer Ariana Grande, go see it. It's worth seeing. She does a phenomenal job. I mean, I had no doubt that Cynthia Erivo was going to fucking kill it, and she did. But I was pleasantly surprised with Ariana Grande, and actually, after watching a bunch of the interviews and whatever, I think she is one of the funniest, most talented, most genuine people probably happening right now. And that's big praise coming from me, because I am a judgy bitch. So, other than that, I mean, the movie was beautiful. The movie was relevant. It is 2 hours and 45 minutes, or 2 hours and 40 minutes, or something like that. And the musical is 2 hours and 45 minutes as a whole. Both first act and second act in this movie is only the first act. And I will say that everything that they added in, I feel was necessary. Nothing felt long, nothing felt drawn out, nothing felt over the top or a pain in the ass. Everything felt every minute of it felt emotionally necessary, and I thought that it was beautifully done. I thought that they, the actors, the film crew, the congregation, LOL, the ensemble, everything, it was great. So, you should go see it. If you have not, if you already have seen it, let me know what you thought about it. I do always have negative critiques about everything I go see. So here's my negative critiques. I think in the very opening number, if you don't know the music to Wicked, first you should research that because it's phenomenal. It came out in 2003. And Steven Schwartz, who wrote the music, he helped do adjustments for the movie, and he's also does a cameo in the thing. Which is fun. So he clearly approves of all of the changes that they've made. And anyways, at the very beginning, the overture starts out with this big boom, doom, 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 right? And you just feel that bass. I don't know if it was the theater we were in. I don't know if it was the editing of the film. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel the bass. I felt like I was missing the lower half of stuff for maybe even the whole thing. Felt like there was too much treble and not quite enough bass to balance it out. So when they were doing the choreo, it's a lot of foot stomping choreo, which feels really cool rhythmically, but it comparatively to the bass of the music was super fucking loud, and so it was actually distracting to me. And I get that most people don't think of music and things the way that I do, so that bothered me and no one else in my group, but that bothered me. And then I think that what song was it? Claire will tell me later when I have no idea. I'm terrible with names of songs. But it's the moment in the musical after, Elphaba, sorry, I was thinking of Cynthia Erivo, but anyways, Elphaba and Fiyero have their first connection where they are kind of accidentally flirting with each other. And then she sings this really soft song. I think she did a couple too many ad-libs in there. and that's just a personal thing for me, because I think that that song is supposed to be soft. It's supposed to be, it's not supposed to be strong. It's supposed to be like self-doubting. And I think that people that can do like those runs and those ad libs are showing confidence rather than like weakness or unsureness. And that's more to me what that song is about, like unsureness and saying like I'm not good enough. And it's this soft song, and I think a lot of the ad libs are good. There's just like 2 of them that are like, oh, I actually think that to me it would have felt better if it was just more simple. And I love the original version, and she did like an ad lib at the end of every like phrase. And I think all of them, but like 2 were good. So, and that's just a me preference thing. Other than that, my other critique was I don't think Madame Morrible could sing, but I thought she played the character really well. So anyways, those are not like real spoilers. Those are just like my opinions on things that when you go see it, you may notice, you may not notice, and that's totally fine. Again, I think it was magical. I think it was beautiful. I think that you deserve to see it and experience it in the theater. And everyone was very respectful and did not sing, except for one time someone tried to sing and my inner bitch came out, and I turned and looked at them so fast that they shut their fucking trap. Because I did not pay to hear you sing Defying Gravity. I paid to hear Cynthia Erivo sing it. So, anyways, but it was good. It was funny. It was fun. You should go see it. It is literally like impossible to explain how well crafted it was and how meaningful and necessary I think that it is. So, it's also politically very apt for the times, which is insane because this musical came out in 2003, which means it was written before that, which means that 20-something years later, we are still, it feels like even more so, leaning into this shitty political crap. So, that's my take on all of it. I think you should go see Wicked. Now, let's chat about Moana 2. I had no expectations. Let's be real. I thought Moana 1 was kind of dog trash. I didn't think that the music was very fun in it. I thought that Shiny was a funny song. The one that the crab sings, like the villain. He's like, it's in the shiny. And like, but I thought mostly it was just like kind of wah-wah. Like it wasn't like these big moments like that normally Disney gives you. So, I liked the storyline and like the point to the movie of Moana. But I go see things like that for the music and the animation. And I thought the animation was great in the first one. I think the animation in the second one, even better. And the music in the second one, definitely better. Way better. Like, way more catchy songs. But also, I feel like more empowering kind of songs. So, and I haven't seen Moana 1 since it came out. And I watched Moana 2 in theaters. I will say that if you see it, there is a bat lady in the middle. And then I don't know what happens to her. So I don't know if that means that like a third one is coming out. I don't know. Again, I don't feel like that's a huge spoiler. If it is, I'm sorry that I ruined this shit for you. But I feel like maybe it alludes to a Moana 3, which that'd be fine. Hey, the chicken is still my favorite character of the whole thing. Yeah, so anyways, it was good, it was cute, it was fun, and it felt like it like ramped up, like the end of it was really good. So, but after seeing Wicked, nothing is gonna be quite as good. Also, y'all, I'm getting old. I can't see 3 movies. I barely see 1 movie a year. And I saw 3 movies in 3 days, and my fucking back is killing me. Those chairs suck. Even the good ones suck after 3 fucking days. Anyways, so that's how it went. My Thanksgiving was real good. I hope y'all's was good. Went over to Cheryl's house, ate some awesome food. Then we took her to see Wicked, and she loved it, so that was fun. So anyways, that's, I think, the update from Tuesday to today. Went and did some Christmas shopping. Yeah, so anyways, living life, and there we go. Okay, so we're gonna do a couple of cards because it's been a minute since I've done cards by myself. So this one is the Seven of Hearts. Show it for the people. And it says, what reality TV show or competition show would you want to go on? Okay, now, the competition show that I want to go on, now I'm talking like, it could be like, I don't know, the Great British Baking Show. So like any of those cooking competitions, like the desserts, the like cupcakes galore or whatever, or like Wipeout or things like that, like all the different, or like, I guess it could even be like The Bachelor, because those are totally reality TV shows. They're not necessarily competition shows, but they're still reality TV shows. Okay, so the ones that I would want to go on, for sure, Survivor. Now, am I gonna go on it? No, probably not. Why? Because I have diabetes. I've got like other health issues. I probably couldn't survive. I'd be allergic to things. Like I even want to do it at this size. Would I suck? Probably. Would I really hold us up in some competitions? Probably. Would I injure myself? Probably. Almost definitely. But would I love the fucking competition of it? Yeah, I think that would be fabulous. But I don't eat seafood of any kind. It's not that I'm like allergic to it. I guess I don't know. I've never eaten it because I came from Nebraska. What is anything fresh in Nebraska? It's not. That's why I eat beef, right? And corn. Those are the things that I eat. So, but I don't mind rice. I could eat rice. I don't like coconut. So again, not that I'm allergic to it, just that I don't know that I could survive. But the real reason is the fucking snakes of it all. I would shit a brick. I would shit a fucking brick if I came across a snake. So there's that. But Survivor is definitely like, I love that competition style of stuff. The other one I think that would be fucking hilarious to be on, but I think that I would break my back, is Wipeout. Now, one that I want to actively someday be on, and I'm going to have to like become a fit motherfucker for this, but I actively want to be on Ninja Warrior. Like, I want to do those crazy ass things. I want to run up that 14-foot wall. I want to give it a whirl. I think that it all looks really fun. So maybe somebody can help me with my fitness journey and help train me on some of those things. Mostly because like I'm fat, but I've always been fat, and I injure myself. But I think that I injure myself not because I suck at the thing. I think it's a combination of that I am heavy, but also that like I don't know how to like prepare my body for impact of things. So like when you're like looking at like runners and stuff and you see that they have like KT tape all over their knees, or when you look at like real sports people and they have like things on their shoulders and like they do all these like certain stretches and whatever. It's like I was never taught any of that, so I have no earthly idea how to prep my body for impact of any kind. And I think that that's a huge part of the reason that I get injured doing things. So anyways, those are the competition shows I would love to be on. If I was on like a reality TV show, I would want to be on like something fucking ridiculous. Like Flavor of Love, like Flavor Flav. Do you know who I'm talking about? The dude with the clock around his, like, the clock necklace. He's a Flavor Flav. Anyways, I want to be on like his reality TV show where it was like all of them fighting for the love of somebody or whatever, like, whatever. And it would be like Flavor Flav, and I am not about that, but like, that's kind of the competition show. I guess maybe like a bachelorette style thing. And I don't know if I want to be like, if I was on like the Flavor Flav style thing, which is basically The Bachelor just with a famous person. I don't know if I'd want to be like the main character, like the person that is having people fight over them for love, or if I'd want to be like one of the people fighting. I don't know. I think that it would be fun to be thrown into like a weird reality TV show situation like that. So anyways, those are the shows. What shows am I missing? Shows? Like, are there shows? I feel like it would be fun to do like a round of the Great British Baking Show. But y'all, they fucking cook too many things. I couldn't do more than 1 week. I would use every baking skill I had in one fucking episode. And still have to make up most of them. It would be terrible. I would have the worst recipes ever, even if I was allowed to prepare for it. But I do like that show. I think that's very fun. Okay, next card. Queen of Hearts, and it says, why are whales considered mammals? Okay, but for real, like, I understand scientifically it's because they actually breathe air, and they have a blowhole, like, whatever, like, I get it. But are they like the only quote-unquote mammal that doesn't have legs? You see what I'm saying? Like, it lives in the ocean. What... Is there more? Is there more than just the breathing thing and live birth? Like, I understand that those are characteristics of mammals, and I understand that they do both of those things. But, like, is there a subsection of mammals that, like, are just the ocean ones? Are they called something different? Did I miss that lesson in 5th grade? That's a question I have about this question. Are they some weird subsection? Are they really? And again, we don't know like very much about the ocean, so I get that like them and dolphins and beluga whales are like the things that breathe out of blowholes. But like, why? You know, like, why aren't they their own thing? And if we discover a fuck ton more of them as we discover the oceans, which, y'all, apparently there's aliens in our oceans, which riddle me that. It doesn't make any sense. Are they coming from our oceans, or are they came from somewhere else and they're living in the ocean? And apparently now it's coming out that they found that out in, like, the 1940s, and then we had, like, the first quote-unquote test of a nuclear weapon in the ocean in the 1940s, and I don't even fucking understand, whatever. Like, I could care less if there are aliens or no aliens. Do you believe in aliens? I mean, I firmly believe that if there are as many things out in the universe as they say there are, then why the fuck would we have the audacity to believe that we are the only living thing? I don't... Listen, y'all, we're not that smart. So, we really should not be having the audacity to think that we're the only thing out in the whole universe, if the universe really is as big as we think it is. Now, do I think that we know anything? No, we know nothing. Clearly, because we've only discovered 20-ish% of our ocean. So, yeah. Which, how do we know that? You know what I'm saying? Where are we getting these numbers from? Like, is it really, like, do we know, oh, there's 100% of this, and we've only actually explored 20%. Do we know that? How do we know that we're not, like, missing a giant chunk that we, like, literally can't get to? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, I'm jumping down a rabbit hole that I feel like I might not be able to get out of. Okay, next card. What Alice in Wonderland character would you be? Oh, this is a Joker, by the way. What Alice in Wonderland character would I be? Wow, there's a fuck ton of characters. I feel like I'd probably be the Mad Hatter because, and I've said this before, I think that all creative people are, and like the more creative they are, they're closer and closer and closer to the line of going absolutely fucking insane. And I know a lot of people who are like magical musicians who have been locked up in an insane asylum because they tiptoed too close to that line and tiptoed on over it. So I feel like at some point in time in my life that could happen. and I guess I'm tooting my own horn because of my creativity. I don't fucking know, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I feel like the Mad Hatter is probably who I would be. I also think that he has like main character energy as a side character, and I feel like even when I am a quote unquote side character, I hold main character energy even if I'm not trying to. And I think that that is my like domineering personality, and I personally think of that as a strength, but I'm sure that it annoys the shit out of people. And I am not sorry about that. I get that. Like, but yeah, I do think that I secretly think that it is my superpower. So, and I guess it's not very secret, but the older I get, the less apologetic I get about my like bold personality and my bold personality traits. I spent so much time of my life like trying to diminish my personality and hide what I truly think and feel. A lot of it was like what I truly feel. And people telling me that like I felt things too intensely and I was, just out to get hurt by things and by people and by whatever. And it's like I don't care anymore. Like I would rather like feel all the feelings and be hurt or whatever than stuff them all in a box and not feel anything, I don't know. So anyways, that's that. I feel like I'd be the Mad Hatter. If I wasn't the Mad Hatter, I things like people, I feel like it'd be fun to play. I feel like it'd be fun to play the Queen, and just be like as fucking ridiculous and delusional as possible. I feel like that's. I also feel like it would be fun to be like the absolute high as fuck asshole that the caterpillar is. He is just being a dick to be a dick, and he knows he's high and he knows he's not helpful, and he is just playing the part. I think that's funny. Like it would annoy the shit out of me if I was Alice, but like anyways. Yeah, that whole thing is crazy. Okay, one more card. The 10 of Clubs, and it says, what does love mean to you? Wow, what a big question. What does love mean to me? Are we going with, I guess I'll go with love as a whole, not just like different kinds of love. Because I do believe that there are different kinds of love. Like the love that I hold for my friends is obviously, to me anyway, different than the love that I hold for Claire or the love that I hold for Kronk and Jasper and Thelma. Like, but I think, to me, if we're combining all of those loves together, that the things that are most important, the characteristics that are most important to me, in what love means is kindness, grace, understanding, loyalty, and I think the want and the ability to grow. I think that all of those things encompass love, and encompass love in any capacity. My love for my friends, my love for my family, my love for Claire, my love for things like music and my crafts and things that I choose to do with my life. I think that those things help you continuously show love and experience love. And I have a hard time with receiving love that I don't feel meets all of that criteria. So, for example, if I have a family member or a friend that isn't showing those things. Particularly, I think that the trend that has been set with me is because I am sort of pushing the boundaries of what people understand. That is not me trying to do that. That is me just existing and doing that. So my existence as a trans person requires the people in my life to be loyal enough to choose to grow. Does that make sense? So it's like they have to decide to stick around. That me in their life is important enough to stick around and to decide to learn and to grow. And there are a lot of people that don't want to do that ever, let alone for me. But in return, I also think that those are the things and the characteristics that I give back in love, in my love for that person. And I think that that's really important. I have, like, I always kind of go through this ebb and flow phase where I kind of recede. And that has nothing to do with, well, it has less to do with the person usually than it does with me and my anxiety towards the whole situation, because I have a weird relationship with my own love to my own self, and I've worked really hard to get to where I love myself. But there are some times where it's like, man, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve their friendship. You don't deserve Claire's love, those things. You don't deserve the literal unconditional love from animals. The way that dogs love you is unmatched. That is unmatched in this world. And so it's sometimes me holding space for myself and loving myself is too hard. So I have those, terrible negative thoughts that are that person is doing this and not quote unquote loving you. And it's me making things up like that in my mind because I am having a hard time holding space for myself and holding love for myself. So it's this constant ebb and flow, this constant work in progress. And I think that, anyways, that's what love means to me. I guess means to me is the right word for all of that. But I think that it encompasses a lot of different things. And it's these building blocks. And I think that sometimes you are working on a section of the building blocks, to keep that relationship growing, and loving and understanding and caring and all of those things. So anyways, I think that love encompasses a lot of adjectives and a lot of verbs and a lot of work. And I think that the continual commitment to keep working on love across the span of time and across the span of people in your life is important. I also think on the flip side, understanding when someone or something or whatever is not loving you back in the way that you need to be loved. And so that's when you have to hold space for yourself and be loyal to yourself and be kind to yourself and be ready to grow within yourself and the strength that you need and have, whatever. And so there are some times that loving yourself comes with cutting somebody off. I know, because I've had to do that. I've had to do that with family members. So it's this game that is hard to follow and hard to play. And I think that the more that you love, the more that life is going to hurt. But at the same time, the more you're going to get out of life and out of love. I don't even remember what teacher it was in my life, but a teacher told me that you get out what you put in, like you reap what you sow. That always kind of never made sense to me, but you get out what you put in. So the more effort that you put into a situation, the more that you end up getting out of that situation. The more commitment that you make to something, the more that you get out of that. So that always really stuck with me. Anyways, so I think we'll end it there. Sorry it's a day late and $1 short, but you know what? That's all right. We made it through yesterday, and all the dogs are safe, and everything's fine. And we're going into December all put together and hopefully all well. So I'll see you on Tuesday. And this is the big week of our concert. So I will do my best to put out an episode on Friday, because that is kind of my more chill day. We have big stuff on Thursday, big stuff on Saturday, and big stuff on Sunday. And then I have an audition on Monday. And woo! But then after that, man, December is way more chill. So I hope you had a wonderful Turkey Day, a wonderful Black Friday, and are having a great holiday weekend. And I love y'all bitches, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye!